Welcome to Level Up TV at levelupthegame.net with Distribute and Vor. This is ClanBase EuroCup 26, and it's the Czech Republic team. Not technically a nations team for this, because it's not a nations-based cup, but versus Deliberate Murder. First map's going to be Dreadful Place. That's 102. Deliberate Murder's map pick. And let's have a look at the teams quickly before we ready up. Krista, Frag, Detour and Flatcheck. That's the Czech team. And for Deliberate Murder, we've got Starosta, Pavel, Immortal and Fortune. We're going live in the game. For quickly predict the outcome.
Alright, on this map, 102 for a comfortable win. You know, we've seen how good they are on this map in the past, and I think they'll be informed.
Following 41 off the start, he hit 43% plasma on Krista. Absolutely destroyed him. And it's not like they usually play with low pings that would really suit plasma play, is it?
Yeah?
Yeah.
This ping's 34, mate. That's pretty low.
Fair enough.
It's destroying with the plasma gun.
Yeah, well, this is what happens then.
I mean, when you've got someone who isn't dodging you, like Chris on the first kill and that kill he just made then, you know, a good aim player like 421 will demolish you in a matter of seconds.
Well, that is astonishingly good play anyway with the plasma gun. Most players can't really utilise the plasma to its fullest like that. He managed to get the railgun as well, and now we're leading up to the first quad of the map. We don't have a time for it yet, but it could have already spawned after 30 seconds. There it is! And Immortal grabs that one. Lightning gun in hand. He's got 2 frags off the board already. It's already 14-2. And already you feel like they're dominating the map. Just heard a little sound there. Couldn't quite spot where his opponent is, and should come up with an easy kill here on Detour. He's got 3 kills on this run, and also a team kill. Yeah. Mega will be up in a second. Might want to wait around for that. It'll use up a chunk of his quad time, but how many more frags can you really get on this run? Excellent play from Immortal though.
It is. It's given them a great start. 18-4 off the first quad, and already that's something quite significant to overcome for Team CZE. But that is a nice bit of play. Well, it would have been, not for that double nade kill. That was a good bit of play at the lightning gun for Team CZE. You saw them pushing it with 3 players, and you know, when they were kind of out of control from that good quad run, that's the kind of thing you need to do.
Let's remind ourselves that Deliberate Murder are the EuroCup champions and took out Cito last season in a thrilling 5 map. The first 4 maps was as close as anything. And if anything, they've just improved since that impressive victory. So they are looking at one of the favourites this season. And getting off to a start like this, I mean, 29-6, this is insane.
It is, and they've got really good control of the map. I mean, there seems to be, you know, the chance at the moment for Team CZE to kind of regroup at the red armour, but they're not getting any of the valuable weapons. They're not getting the lightning guns. Well, there's a rail, but, well, taken out.
Wow. They did manage to pick that up, though. Flat check. Let's see. Well, we're following Detour now. He does have a rocket launcher 19 seconds before this quad. Moving into position here. They need to get in here and lock it down early. Of course, this map...
Well, he has a teammate with him, and there's only 1 Deliberate Murder player in the quad room, so if they can deal with him fairly comfortably, if Detour doesn't take too much damage, then it will leave him in a pretty good position to be able to defend quad with the teammate who followed him in. And that's actually kind of surprising that no one has set up quad with 15 seconds to go.
Like a Fortune there. Score 14. Net 14. 1.4k damage.
Teammates aren't far behind him though. I mean, it's a very, very impressive start.
This is the kind of start you want, and if they get this second quad, I mean, wow. We could be in for something incredible here if they keep up this rate. I mean, this is EuroCup level. This is the top level of competition.
Well, this is the first game between 2 direct invites that we've watched so far.
And it's not like the Czech Republic are weak players.
No, they've got Chris are obviously one of the best players in the scene, and they're very organised as a team.
Chris won EuroCup himself, of course. Detour, some great rocket play there, defending out this quad area. That's such an important play at this stage. We've got 5 seconds to go before quad, and he's basically locked this route out. 2 players have got to try and get past him. That's a great pummel attack there. Frag manages to grab the quad, but he's eliminated pretty quick. And we're fine.
It was great work by Detour on the defence, but if only he could have defended against those 2 players coming in, it might have been more of a chance for the quad to escape.
Chris is taking a heavy shotgun damage there. Mega health spawn, exactly the right chance. They do have control of a railgun now, and this is what I expect to see from the Czech team. Maybe not as much individual, flamboyant, aggressive, exciting play as Deliberate Murder, but good team play, sticking together well. Oh my god, Chris are weak, only 5 health. One machine gun bullet will take him out.
Yeah, slightly lucky not to go down there, but they're starting to get the good weapons. This is why the lead is what it is. They didn't have any of those good weapons initially.
Of course, all the best teams traditionally would start the map really aggressively and get those frag leads. We saw it from Four Kings time and time again. Chris was part of that team, of course, because it is hard to start bringing it back. And wow, that's good counter play on Chris, trying to get some rails in there. Immortal now with a railgun from that drop. He takes out the red pickup player as well, so that's a big plus for them moving into this next 20 odd seconds. Take control of this red on the next board. He's hitting 80% rail at the moment. Wow, what a rail shot that was.
It's pretty sick rails he's hitting.
That is incredible play. And he's going to reward himself with this red. So now Immortal can move out across the map. He looks pretty comfortable without armor, to be honest.
But it's time to go to quad, really. I mean, they got caught out last time with not going there soon enough, so they're not going to want it to happen again.
Frag is an excellent defensive position again. Oh, Krista takes a heavy shotgun, but he comes out on top with that plasma kill. And again, the Czechs are in a better defensive position ready for this quad spawn. 5 seconds to go. We're going to see a rush from Deliberate Murder. Good defensive play from Krista. Takes out 2 players, and all 4 Czech players are in position to take it, but nobody's quite sure who should. Vacek taking this one with the shotgun. Hasn't got any armor to his name. Pretty much just spawn a health. Just counting down to 100. Can take out Pavel in the back. Oh, he misses that, but he was eliminated in the end with the railgun.
Oh, that's disastrous. That is not a good quad run.
Got himself caught in that lower position. You've got to be so cautious on this map about your positioning on the map. You want to try and keep that upper ground so you can traverse either sections of the map really efficiently. Immortal moving out into this rail basement. Didn't actually take too much damage on his armor at first. Comes out with 30 in the end, and another kill to his name. 30 odd frag difference between the two teams now. It's slowed down a little bit from that early rush of frags.
Yeah, they still have the lead basically from that great play at the start, but it is more even now, despite the score still being so large. This Team CZ are contesting the weapons more, and it's not so one-sided, but it's a hell of a score difference to bring back.
Following Fortune now, Ray Rocket, frag phasing some pretty incredible statistics. Yeah, 46% machine gun. We have seen him hit pretty incredible stats before, over the last couple of years in fact. Here we go. 30 seconds until the next quad. Probably want to be setting this up now, and we've seen again, it looks like 1 and 2 are going to go there a little bit later. It hasn't worked out for them in the last 2 quads. Will it work out for them on this occasion? We're going to cycle around a little bit from Pavel's point of view now. He's waiting for this mega, so going to take this one. He's got a rail, shotgun moving up towards the quad area. And it looks like his teammates are attacking with the bounce pad, so they're good defense with the plasma spam as well, just pushing him back. It's a very nice rail. Teammates supporting him in there. Chris tries to back him up a little bit, gets 2 frags there, Pavel, and the quad is eliminated by Immortal.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice attack by Deliberate Murder. I mean, it's slightly late for them to actually come away with it, but I almost wonder if that's even their intention sometimes. I mean, they're successfully killing these quads even when they're not getting them.
Well, here's the balancing act. You go there 40 odd seconds early, you're leaving up perhaps the best part of 2 spawn items.
Exactly, yeah, and all those items, of course, went to Deliberate Murder, so they killed the quad, and now they find themselves in a great position. They've got weapons, they've got armor, and it's going to be hard for Team CZE to counter that now.
Here's Immortal with that red armor pickup, lightning gun in hand. Oh, dodges that rocket only just. He's having an excellent game so far. It looks like he's the guy tasked with perhaps spending a lot more time inside this red armor rim. I wouldn't say necessarily locking it out, because he seems to be moving out as well quite a bit, but he's been there a fair chunk of the game. And of course we did see Deliberate Murder take that victory last EuroCup on this map, the final game against Cito. Cito are not a weak team on this map either, and 1-2 absolutely demolished them after 4 very close maps. Immortal backing off now. We've got 10 seconds until the next raid. Very good example of how to sort of run this area and just keep probing out, doing the damage in different locations on the edge of the red armor.
Yeah, all he did was he pushed the lightning gun, but he didn't overcommit to it. But he did damage and backed off to red, but it allowed his teammates to move into the area where he did damage. You know, he doesn't have to go in there and just kill himself.
Yeah, did get caught out, kind of by a spawner there, and also by his ammunition count with the rocket launcher. We've got 15 seconds till quad. Fatchek has picked up that railgun. He's in position with a teammate again. So, they're doing well on these quads. It's not really transpiring itself into a frags though.
Impressive.
Second impressive of the game for him. Another rail shot. He had to hit them all pretty much to stand any opportunity of getting the quad, and they didn't get it on this occasion. Pavel, nice bit of plasma. It wasn't quite good enough though, and machine gun down.
Still got 2 kills though. He just didn't kill the guy who got the kill on him. But, you know, did as much as he possibly could have done in that situation.
Back to Immortal's point of view. We're looking at the nets there. It does look like Fortune's having a pretty good game. Might have to switch around to him in a second. Although Immortal, excellent attack through to this upper yellow.
Yeah, now that he's picked up the kills there, it's going to be so hard to get rid of him. They don't have the weapons to force him out of that area. I mean, he doesn't need to go back for this red, but perhaps he is the one who's just timing it and taking all of them.
You can see his teammate there was waiting. It was Starosta waiting for a plasma gun, so he had to be a little bit cautious and pushing out too far. But
and now Immortal's back here. I mean, you're not going to get rid of him easily.
he could even afford to do that, like point-blank range rocket, take the splash damage because he had a double red stack.
Excellent.
Yeah, and another new lightning gun for him to replenish his ammo with. But wow, disastrous there. That was surprising. With how comfortable he was looking in that area, to be taken out in that way will not be pleasing to him.
We've got Detour's point of view now. Inside this basement area, Railgun will be up on his spot. Takes out Pavel, point blank range rocket. Just pushing his opponent's back. It seems like they're always under pressure. Every time we're following the Czech team, whatever area they're in, there is pressure from deliberate murder. And it's a very different view, isn't it? When we've been following, say, Immortal and moving around the map. 25 seconds before the quad. Looks like, for the first time on this map, I think, 102 are in position early for this quad.
Yeah, although there's only one of them there.
It is Fortune on this occasion. He's just baiting out that rail. It gets caught out, though, and he actually drops the railgun to Detour as well.
None of his teammates were anywhere near it. I mean, they're all just hanging around the edges. They never wanted to actually come in the room with 421.
That's excellent play by the Czech. So, yeah, you have to question 102's commitment to that quad. Here's Krissa, a very dangerous quad runner, of course. Second, well, only first impressive of the match. Going to pick up his third frag on this quad run, leaves the rocket launcher for a teammate, moving through into this riskily dangerous area to attack. You are lower than anybody else. There's lots of entrances and angles you've got to cover there. Eventually does come out on top, gets into a defensive position, does just miss that rail. In fact, he's dropped the railgun right on top of the red. And Immortal going to reward himself with that one. Pretty unfortunate on the spawner, Krissa, though.
Yeah, Krissa kind of lucky. I mean, having given away that rail, it's kind of fortunate to spawn there again and pick up the kill.
He's going to bag himself a yellow armor. That is
good rockets. I mean, it's quite reckless in a way for Fortune to come straight at the bounce pad, but, you know, with the kind of frag lead they have, it doesn't really matter.
We've got 8 minutes remaining on this first map. This is Deliberate Murder's map pick, so I would expect a closer game on the second map. Especially Grim Dungeons, the way you can play that should work out in the Czechs' favour a little bit more than this one is so far. But, you know, we've got a bit of time. How can they come back from this? I mean, it's a massive score difference.
It's mainly their control of the weapons, I think, has been lacking. I mean, it was what caused the major frag build-up at the start. Then they started to get some of the lightning guns, some of the rails, and it's sort of slowed down. But, you know, the control of the map that Deliberate Murder have is really impressive.
So moving in for this next one, 5 seconds time, Detour. Oh my god, brilliant shotgun play there by Detour. It looks like he's secured his team to quad as well, and oh, Wow, Pavel getting the kill on Quad. Great
Quad
shotgun play.
just couldn't hit a single bolt of plasma. I mean, it would have only taken big 4 to kill him, so about less than that.
Quad damage is 3 times damage, and plasma what does 20 damage per bolt?
Yeah.
So that'd be 60 damage per bolt. I mean,
3 direct hits would have killed him.
insane level of damage you can fire out of that one. It says like a 60 frag margin. I think the mercy limit's 80.
Yeah, it should be. I didn't check them when I was connecting, but that is in the rules.
Should be set to 80, so it's a possibility we might get that. And if they do, it'd be pretty deserved. I mean, they're excellent.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a dominant performance. It's exactly where they ended last season on this map, with an incredible win over Sito in what was a close final until we got to this map.
There we go. Chris, point of view now. We see the Czech team trying to attack. And I mean,
And just every time you're on a Czech pod, they are just under so much pressure, as you mentioned earlier. It's really unbelievable.
like, I can't necessarily see anything they're doing wrong. They're just being outgunned, and just the aggression.
Oh, it is for
102.
guns. It's definitely a matter of being outgunned. I mean, Deliberate Murder always seem to have access to rails, lightning guns, rocket launchers, and you know, look, the whole Czech team at the moment is having to commit just to get this one rail pickup.
Wow. Team managing to force you to have to do that.
But really, they have no choice. I mean, if they want to secure a weapon, they have to do that. Otherwise, they can risk just coming away with none. And it's giving them a chance, at least, to get this quad.
There we go. 1 second to go, and the Czechs are going to grab themselves another quad here. Frag up.
Again, you see that it's quite wise from Deliberate Murder. They don't actually try and force their way in and end up with everyone dying. It means now that the quad is on its run, they still have a chance to counter it, but it's looking like a good run for Fragma.
Excellent.
Look at this, sick, impressive there.
And that was a great rail.
5 frags on this run. It's a really high crowd. Oh, I don't know why he went for that rail shot. Oh, he just switched a little bit too late there. Shotgun down in the end by Sorosha, but it's still a very good run. And it's brought it back to 50 frag margin. So they are starting to bring it back a little bit, and it could come in handy come the third map.
There's kind of signs of what could have been, you know, had some of their other quads survived. Because they've had 6 quads, bear in mind, but that was the first real one of any note.
Yeah, 6 quads, 1 minute 18 seconds. Only 31 seconds with 2 quad pickups for Deliberate Murder. So they've had the majority of the quads, the majority of the time with the quads. They just haven't got enough from them. If you get a number of frags from each quad run there, you take it out. It's probably a much closer game. I'd still put Deliberate Murder probably ahead, but might be a 20 frag game, something like that.
Yeah, potentially, but you know, I kind of like the way 102 play quad. They don't overcommit to it. You know, they don't risk attacking quad and having their entire team die, which you know some teams do. And when that happens, if your whole team's killed, then chances of there being a good quad run when you're just fighting a bunch of fresh spawners are, you know, it's infinitely higher.
We've got 15 seconds till the quad. Looks like 102 are all going to take the same route. Look, all 4 of them here. This could be very, very, very dangerous. They're going to have to hit their shots.
Push in. They're just going to, you know, look to do damage.
Well, 5 seconds to go.
No, they do push in, but there's only 1 Czech player there.
1 left now. They've done the damage. They've got the frags, but they miss out on the quad. So close to grabbing that one.
That's a strange quad setup though, because you know I was convinced that they weren't going to push in, but they must have, you know, noticed. There's only 2 players in the quad room. It's a bit unusual from the Czechs. You know, they've had their whole team there on most of them.
I wonder if just before we got there, in the point of view, they got a couple of frags out of it and then just went, right, let's push in then. We outnumber them. We get our shots if we get the
you're
quad.
right. I didn't see if there was any kills.
It's following Immortal again. From every time we've watched his point of view, he looks so incisive in what he's doing. He's using this red armor as a platform to move out to the railgun, to move out to the lightning gun.
Yeah, and the times that they've been in this room with Immortal timing this red, there's been no pressure. I mean, you saw then 1 player tried to peek around and get some shots in, but you know, it's just 1 player. When we see you know, deliberate murder putting pressure on the Czech team. You know, there always seems to be multiple players putting pressure on.
This goes back to... this is kind of like a CES game that we saw, say, the latter years of Quake 3. We'd see it on campgrounds, etc. You'd consider maybe this is a more tactical map, but the way they're playing it, just constantly moving out, constantly pressuring their opponents, not letting the Czech team settle in any way, shape or form, not letting them get any kind of item lock. It just means until the Czechs can outgun them, they can't really counter it.
And this area that Immortal's operating in, we saw this earlier in the game as well, it's just far too easy for him to be doing this. That is really good play from Detour though.
I think he needed a red armor to actually get the frag in the end. He is eventually...
But it's still the right thing to do. It's the lightning gun area. You have to use that red to win over the lightning gun. I mean, even if you lose all of it, that's the kind of plays you need to make with the red. It's just what we haven't seen enough of.
Here's the final quad about to spawn as we follow Fortune on the wrong side of the map. Looks like it might be delayed. Vatchek! Oh my god, he is taken out.
Now that rocket from Fortune was absolutely perfect. Set up an easy shotgun finish.
On just this point of view, I mean, they'd probably be happy after this early on in the game, early on in the map, that this is not going to reach the mercy limit, because it kind of looked like it was going that way for a while.
Well, certainly at the start, the momentum that Deliberate Murder had, and the frag difference was up at, you know, 60 very early in the game. It's actually quite good to keep it at, you know, only a 70 or so frag margin.
So last few seconds, going on to the second map. I mean, can they turn this around?
Well, Grim Dungeons, anything can happen on that map if you are extremely organised on it, and I think we'll see a much better performance from the Czechs on that map. Great play by Immortal, top damage, top net, top frags. We saw from his point of view that he just controlled the game.
Very nice play. Always useful to have one player on there doing that red armor role.
Yeah, and he played it perfectly, the way he would move out from red to the lightning gun, and we saw so many times he'd be able to take the yellow as well and, you know, pick up 4 or 5 frags each time before anyone was able to do anything to counter him.
So, time for a commercial.